Welcome everybody. This is episode 2 of Look Live for loekreviews.com, where online entrepreneurs, big and small, are interviewed about their products and to see if they are okay or not. And okay, I mean their products. Today I have Matthew Woodward on a live Skype call. Matthew is an award-winning blogger and an internet marketer who has helped numerous people rank their sites high in Google. And he does it by performing his SEO tricks because he's an SEO guru. Well, I don't know if he likes the word guru, but I call him a guru. In essence, SEO stands for getting free organic traffic from search engines.
As we go, I'll make notes of what I could send, and then I'll send it.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I'm ready to start.
Yeah, let's go. I've got another one booked in an hour, so let's go.
Let's say we have to go quick. Well, okay. I first welcome you to the call. Hello, welcome to the call. Now it has come to my attention. You have something coming up, and it's about private blog networks. And it's going to spread like wildfire, I can imagine. It's starting on 22 of September 2017. And it's in the form of 4 valuable videos you're going to give away for free. And what I understand about the videos is they will help to rank any site in any niche with a private blog network. And at the same time, you learn how to build the most powerful backlinks on the planet. Well, that's a very big... How do you say that? A very big statement. And
it is. It's a very big statement indeed. So first of all, it's not the first time I've released these videos. I've actually released them before, but based on all of the feedback that they got, I've now I actually re-recorded every single one. Previously I'd recorded them with a GoPro stuck to a stick, quite literally.
Well,
but now I've actually
I
mean it was stuck to a stick, and I mean quite literally stuck to a stick. So the videos had a huge reception last time. So now I've actually done it right with the right equipment and really polished them up along with the content that's inside them. So the promise is very big. Yes, I am going to teach you how to rank any site in any niche. But the way I'm going to do that is quite simple, by just showing you the link building strategy that's behind the most competitive niches in SEO.
And are you talking only about the 4 videos, or is there something else coming? What's much bigger than this?
In the 4 videos, you're going to learn everything you need to rank any site in any niche using the strategy that's behind the most competitive niches in SEO.
Okay. And it is for free.
That is private blog networks. Yeah, and it's that's what my blog's famous for. I mean, you can go on my blog right now and go on the About Me drop down and click on testimonials, and you'll see hundreds of people who've had crazy levels of success just following the free tutorials I publish on the blog. And these videos are the best content I've ever published for free. So
now before you go on, I know not so much about SEO, but can you elaborate a bit on what a private blog network is? I've understood. Yes, I understood. That is a set of domains that you can link together. But what makes a set of domains different from a PBN? Because I have 5 websites, but they have no connection with each other.
Okay.
Does it matter?
Okay, so for anyone that's not really too up to speed on SEO, I'll give you a 30-second lesson. And essentially what we're looking for in SEO is to get other websites to vote for our website by linking to them. The more votes that we can get, the higher we are in the rankings. Now that's a very, very, very simplistic form. It's more complex than that. But in essence, it's it's one website voting for another. The more votes you get, the better.
But it's also not private, because other blogs have to vote for you.
Okay, but just talking in terms of SEO in general and link building, we're just looking to get other websites to vote for us, okay? And not all votes are equal. Some votes are stronger than others. So a vote, if you've got a website in a car niche and another website links to you in the car niche, that's a very strong vote. But if a website links to you from a completely irrelevant niche, say from a gambling niche, okay, that's a vote for you, but it's not as strong as a vote because it's irrelevant. So to answer your question as to what private blog networks are, essentially we're taking control of the voting system. Rather than getting a website to link to us, we're actually going to build the website ourselves and have it link to us. So that puts us in full control of the vote, so to speak. Now that's a very, very simplistic way of looking at it, but that's the top-down view of it. And so instead of going out and getting other websites to vote for you, you just build the website yourself and have it vote for you, which gives you a really level of control that you just can't imagine the level of control that gives you once you understand it.
Now, somewhere in 2012, I've also heard something about mini sites, and that mini sites is that more or less the same, that you make little sites that interlink, forming together a private blog network, or is that different?
Okay, so back in 2012, now, first of all, there's two types of private blog network. Private blog network's a scary term for many people in the SEO world, but that's because usually they've failed to differentiate between the two types of private blog network that exist. And there's private blog networks that back in 2012, popular private blog networks were Authority Link Network and Build My Rank. You may have heard of them. And at one point in time, Google came along and de-indexed them and handed out penalties, and everyone was going crazy saying private blog networks don't work, they get you killed. And actually every 2 or 3 months since 2012, Google have targeted a different private blog network, and taken it out, handed out penalties, and people are going crazy for it.
Yeah, are you talking?
These are also the types of private blog networks you'll find if you go on forums like Warrior Forum or Black Hat World or anywhere like that, and you find that people are selling links on private blog networks. That's the first type of private blog network. For me, I never use that type. It's inherently risky. Google does target it very publicly, and there are lots of footprints and ways that you can get caught out with that. Okay. The second type of private blog network, which is what we're going to be talking about exclusively, and is the type of blog network that I teach to people, is a truly private blog network, as in it's built for you, for your site. It's not shared with anyone. You're in control of everything from top to bottom. You're not relying on some other merchant who's got a profit margin to maintain and may take shortcuts when building sites, or may deploy too many links to too many clients and create risk for you. We're talking about the truly private blog networks that you're in full control of, and allows you to fly under the radar. Yeah,
that also means that the other private networks aren't private at all, because
exactly, yeah, and you'd think the clue was in the name, but it's not, and people are still buying private blog network links from public forums and still calling them private blog networks. So I want to clear that confusion up. There's two types of private blog networks: private blog networks and truly private blog networks.
The truly private blog networks, are they does it matter what kind of domain they are in? Of course, you have to own it.
Yes.
And is there? I have like 5 sites. 4 of them are quite dead, and I have one that's alive. They're all mine. But suppose I change the content of the of my sites, is there only how do you say that? Only the content? Is there more behind it than only the content? Do you have to take more things into account?
Yes, I understand your question. Now, it's critical when building a truly private blog network that in no way, shape or form can any two sites be attributed to a single person. We want Google and everybody to think that the sites are owned and operated by completely different people. So that means we're looking at completely different whois data. We're looking at completely different hosting. Oh. We're looking at different author profiles. We're creating social media profiles for each site, and we're essentially building out each site just like you would build out a new site, but under an anonymous identity. Well, it's not actually anonymous. We create an identity.
Okay. Now it sounds complicated, because then you need perhaps 5 telephones.
No. Okay. It sounds complicated as I explain that, and honestly, the first one that you're going to build each site's going to take you between, I don't know, the first time that you do it, about 2 to 3 hours.
Well, there's nothing. I can't write an article in 2 hours. So that's
I've got a process for that as well. After you've done it, after you've built a couple of sites, it takes me about 25 minutes now to build one. But that's with outsourcing the content. But even that's only at a cost of $40. So it saves a lot of time. And
but what do you do with the email address? You have to provide an email address, and you also have to have a lot of email addresses if you make.
It's easy. You can pick up email addresses, like 1,000 of them for $5.
Well, yeah, that's right. But perhaps you have to look into the emails. You get crazy.
That's why I've put the free videos together, to make it. And these questions are great, because some of these questions came up the first time that I released the videos, and there were things that I just kind of assumed people knew, and that's why I re-recorded them to include, and I talk about using a unique email address, and it sounds complicated, but the process is actually very easy to step through. If you understand how to use WordPress, that's the biggest challenge, is knowing how to use WordPress.
And so I just have to watch 4 videos to understand it completely, of course. But yes. I've been thinking about something. I have seen you using Google Analytics and Google tracking for your links. Now, when you're in one account of Matthew Woodward, or in my account, and I track all my links to the different sites, and these sites are perhaps not mine, but they don't appear to be mine. Doesn't Google see it? Well, oh, that's Matthew Woodward. Well, he appears to have 5 different sites. Doesn't Google link it together that it's you who own all that sites, and then your footprint is gone, or is known?
Well, that is the game, and I actually, along with the free videos, I give a complete checklist of all of those footprints that you've just spoken about. And first of all, I explain what all of the different footprints are. What are all of the different ways Google could know this information? Mm. And then I explain how to make it so they can't know that information.
Okay, so
I've actually got a PDF checklist that you run through to make sure that you've not got any of those footprints.
So you're still using Google as a tracking mechanism?
Yes.
But still, they don't see it?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, let's see if I have some questions left, because I think I have already ask the most things I wanted to ask. I had a friend of me, he's called Jan Rutsteek. He asked me a question if I wanted to ask it to you, and he is on his blog. He's using AdSense, and he also wants to use lots of other advertisements, but they're not from Google. And he was wondering if he does that, if he gets slapped by Google. Is that any reason? I think it's not, but perhaps it is.
You would need to refer to the Google AdSense terms for that. The last time I used Google AdSense was probably 2007 or 8.
Really?
Yeah, I don't find it very effective for earning. So I cut that loose a long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, it could have changed now. When I was doing it, I was what ultimately led me to terminating Google AdSense was I was supplementing my Google AdSense ads with affiliate links, and looking at a traffic like-for-like basis, sending traffic to an affiliate link rather than an AdSense impression was just hugely more profitable. So why waste that attention and spotlight on a AdSense unit when I could have that attention on clicking an affiliate link instead? So back then they didn't mind me running affiliate links alongside ads, but ultimately that's what also led me to removing and stopping working with AdSense entirely.
Yeah, I understand. Now, with the 4 videos, who do you exactly know who your target audience is?
The target audience is anyone that's looking to increase their organic search traffic. Primarily, this is going to apply to people that have a site already built. Like if you haven't got an affiliate site or a site or anything that you want to rank yet, don't waste your time with these videos. Go and focus on building a solid site and foundation in which to rank first. But if you've got an existing site that you want to increase traffic to, this is the perfect set of videos for you. It's applicable to all levels of SEO, but beginners to intermediate will probably get the most out of it. And I actually think a lot of the advanced SEOs will get a lot out of it because you'll get to see behind the scenes of what I'm doing. And I'm also throughout the videos there's 10 case studies, and I'll be logging into Google Analytics, Google Search Console and SEMrush and showing you the real results, not the rankings increases, because quite often what you see is people show rankings increases and it's bullshit. It's for terms that, okay, great, the rankings increased, but did the traffic increase? Did the engagement on the site increase? Did the bottom line revenue of the business increase? Great, you've got rankings. It means nothing. Is it
increasing of the ranking not more or less the same as getting more traffic?
Because if I could increase the ranking for a keyword that's got a lot of traffic but sends no sales. I could increase the ranking for a keyword that only gets 200 searches a month but sends $10,000 a month in sales.
Yeah,
which one do you want? Do you want 10,000 people a month that converts into $100, or do you want 200 people that converts into $10,000?
Yeah, so you're spilling both. You're spilling and how to get the right keywords to get high ranking and to get the most sales.
I'm not going to be covering keyword research. I'm purely going to be covering the ranking side of it. But in the case studies, I'm going to show you the real world impact, not bullshit ranking increases, which are bullshit. If you ever see anything and they're just like, "Ooh, look at my ranking increases," it's bullshit. You want to see real world results. You want to know, okay, those ranking increases resulted in this amount of traffic, and this amount of traffic resulted in this amount of sales, and this amount of sales made this difference to the business. That is a case study, and I've got 10 of those throughout the videos. One in an e-commerce niche that's done $15 million in sales, and I'll show you that in Google Analytics and in all the e-commerce reports, as well as Search Console and everything else. And then we've got sites where we deployed a strategy 2 or 3 months ago in the gambling niche that are getting 30,000 visitors a month. We've got one site in the video games niche pulling down 230,000 visitors a month, and I actually show you how we tweak the anchor text strategy there to keep up with demand of new games being released, because the target keywords change every 3 months in that niche, and I show you how to deal with that.
How long does it take? Suppose I would have I'm in the internet marketing niche, making money online niche. Suppose if I would want to change my keywords every month, because every month I'm promoting another product. Does it take a month to get effect, or does it take less time to take effect if you change your anchor links?
Okay, so one of the beauties of a truly private blog network that you own, are in full control of top to bottom, is at any point you can go and change those links, remove those links. You can add new links. You could add new content, add a new review with a new link to your, and you can really play with it. It really gives you kind of a fluidity over the control of your link building structure. So the video games niche is a good example, because, okay, you know, at one point in time, Call of Duty 2 was the most popular game ever, and millions of people were searching for things for that. Well, fast forward a year, no one's searching for Call of Duty 2 anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes even just fast forward 2 weeks, you know. So we developed a link building and anchor text strategy that ties into market demand. As market demand changes, we're able to change the anchor text strategy, and that's one of the other benefits a truly private blog network gives you. And actually, I reveal all of that in the second video.
And is that effective also in that short time, in 2 weeks? If you change that links? Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, it's important to say all links all have to be backed up with content. If you've got a money site and you can't just change the links and expect magic. You've got to back it up with actual content that you're linking to that deserves to rank. But as long as you do that, yes, you have that fluidity in the links.
Do you have every time? Do you have to make every time new content then for every site, or not?
It depends. It depends, because one of the things I'm going to teach you in the video is to be random with what you do. So there isn't one set way that you do things. It's not going to be, okay, I've got 5 sites in my network, I'm going to add new content to all 5 sites. That in itself is a footprint. On one site, we might add a new piece of content. On one site, we might change an existing link. On one site, we might insert a new paragraph into some existing content. For example, we might have a piece of content, the best first-person shooter games of 2017. That allows us fluidity to change the link building structure in a natural way that, well, it is natural because that does change over time. So that's
so you don't when Call of Duty 1 is there, and after that you have to put in Call of Duty 10. You don't change all the links altogether. You just change one piece.
On one site, we might publish the Call of Duty 10 review and link to our money site. On one site, we might edit the Call of Duty 1 review and say, hey, if you didn't know, Call of Duty 10's out right now, check it out here. On another site, we might have that kind of best FPS games of all time post where we can kind of tweak it and edit in, add it in there. So it's like you have one site, but it's not one site. It appears one big site. Yeah.
Because in your own site, you do more or less the same. And
Essentially, your main site's your bread and butter, where you want all your traffic going to, and then you build these kind of smaller micro sites that you don't put anywhere near as much effort into, but they still look genuine and would pass a human review. And I actually teach you two ways to do that in video 3. But yeah, essentially, you're in control of everything.
Yeah, and do you ever use, let's say, tier 3 text? I see sites and they have a bunch of text, and it's all together. You can't even read it. There are no alineas. But you're not talking about that kind of sites. I think you assume. I assume they are all human readable sites.
They're the type of site that if you visited it, you would just think it's a normal
site. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And only the keywords are more or less the same between all the sites, and that's why it linked together, or it's not.
It's not the keywords, but the sites are usually in a relevant niche in one way or another.
Okay.
So for example, the video games niche, we might build a site in technology that talks about video games as part of that. Or we might build a site out specifically about video games. Or we might even go and build out a site about parenting and the risks of video games to your child, because that allows us to... Parenting and video games inherently aren't related, but with the right piece of content, we can make them relevant. So we can say the risks of video games to your child.
I understand. Can you translate it for my target audience? They are all more or less in the making money online niche, internet marketing niche. Can you make some story, like tell what you just did with the game niche, but translate it into.
Well, the internet marketing niche is really easy. Let's go something wild like cars. How can we make cars related to internet marketing? Well, you could make a list of the showing off the supercars of internet marketers. The five cars that these 5 famous internet marketers drive. I don't know. Give me a niche you want me to make related to internet marketing. How about you challenge me instead of me coming up with it?
Well, healthy food.
Healthy food? So healthy food, that's easy. Come on. Okay, well, healthy food's easy. Look, as internet marketers, we're sitting down all day. Health and fitness is often sedimentary. As part of that, a quick way that we can get out of not doing much exercise is with a good diet and healthy food. So as internet marketers, we need to pay attention to that. Why must pay attention to blah, 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 blah. And give me a challenging one.
No, I understand that. But then I would like to know, then what is the interaction between the money side and I have a glass of green stuff in my hands. It's a smoothie. You can't see it, but my reader, my viewers will see it.
Yeah.
What exactly is then the relation? The story can be related to me because I have to live healthy after sitting off a computer. But what exactly is the relation in words or in anchor text? What exactly does do you do to make it relatable?
By placing that content, we're doing 2 things. First of all, we're leveraging the authority of the healthy domain. Okay, the content that we create is to then leverage relevancy. So we bring authority from the healthy food domain and then relevancy through the content, through the anchor text into the money site. So the anchor text, maybe we're trying to rank for, I don't know, give me something that you want to rank for. For SEO, if we wanted to rank for SEO,
for the money site, or for the drink site.
For the money site. If we were trying to rank the money site for SEO,
and
we had the health site.
Let's take SEO. Yeah.
We had the health site. We'd create the content about the sedimentary lifestyle and the risk to SEOs, and at some point within the article, link out using. And now I would never use SEO as an exact match anchor text. I'd always link out a phrase that contains SEO. But that would then pass, first of all, the authority from the domain, but then the relevance from the content that's surrounding the link.
I think I really have to watch your four videos because it's not sticking. It's not sticking.
Essentially, authority. Well, you watch through the videos. I spent a lot of time creating the videos in a way that is easy to digest. The scripted and so that means that I can deliver it in a very easy to understand way. And actually, I'll show you over my shoulder doing things, which so you can just pause and literally follow along step by step.
Okay. Well, I think we are at the end of this conversation. You have another call.
Yes.
As I understood. Now, above and below the video I'm taping right now is going to be the link to the four videos. That's okay with you if I do that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you for this conversation. It was. Well, I said it was great talking to you, and I'm sure going to see the 4 videos, and I think everyone who watched this until the end will do this too.
Yeah, well, and also if you've got any follow-up questions on each video, right underneath there's a comments box. I answer all the questions personally, so don't be afraid to throw any SEO zingers at me, and I'll answer each of them personally for you. No worries.
Okay, great. Well, I thank you, and I hope I speak to you again at a later time.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Okay.
So throughout the conversation, then I think what might be good for you to do is normally this is only for people that have bought the course, but I think it will help. A lot of our conversation was focused on really the concept of what a private blog network site would look like and how it kind of functions like a real site, but it's not a real site. And I think people struggle to visualize that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the sample site that I use in the course to teach people, so that you can perhaps edit that into the video a little bit, just to show people.
Yeah, is it allowed to use it? Because at this moment the video is still running. So I can put it in, and of course I'm going to edit it afterwards. But I just put it in.
No. I'm going to send you the link, and I'm guessing you're going to have to just maybe do a little bit of a record and then edit it in.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Okay. So. Okay. Weirdly, that's not working right now. Why is that? Oh, I know why. In preparation for the launch, I moved to Cloudflare, but I didn't set up the DNS record for the subdomain. Okay, so I will send you. I'm just going to make a list of things I want to send you. I'm going to send you the sample site, because that will help people visualize things. I'm going to send you. I talked about some case studies and the results of those case studies, like the $15 million e-commerce case study. So I'm going to send you those with screenshots and videos, so you can edit the visuals in for that if you like. We also talked about the video games case study. So
these are also in the 4 videos, or they are not?
Yes, they're in the 4 videos, but it just gives you a bit of visual. And these case studies are really strong. When people see Google Analytics and Search Console and SEMrush like this, they'll be interested. Plus, the visual backs up, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's just copy and paste for you to put in, because I've already prepared the screenshots and things.
You're talking now about SEMrush and perhaps Ahrefs, that kind of sites. Is it still possible to do this kind of research without having to pay SEMrush or Ahrefs or any kind of site you get information on?
The free video series teaches you how to do everything free.
Great. Because I think a lot of starting people will be interested in that.
Yeah, and of course, there are what I would consider better and quicker and easier ways to do it, but it costs money. But I also appreciate if you're just starting out and you don't physically have that money, sometimes you have to take the long road and do things manually. But in the videos, I show people the manual way, and then I show people the way I actually do it. Just to cater to both types of people there.